Hey guys, so today I created this very colorful look with the Violet Voss Sugar Crystals palette. So if you want to see how I got this look, go ahead and keep on watching. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and most of them are eyeshadow tutorials. Alright, so I wanted to play with this Violet Voss Sugar Crystals palette. I didn't even know this really came out. I think it was released in March and then it sold out really quick. And then I think they had some delay in the restock, so maybe that's why I haven't heard of this, but I just got it in PR. So I just kind of wanted to play around with this and do something colorful. Again, I have no idea what I'm going to do today. The whole topper was matte. These are a shimmer and these are kind of like an accent duochrome color. And I'm going to take the shade Banana on a Sigma E35. And that's going to go in my crease kind of as a transition shade. I think I want to bring this like right under my brow, so I'm going to bring it pretty high up. I'm probably going to do some kind of like color gradients in my crease, so I want this yellow to be like the highest color up. Now I'm going to take a slightly smaller blending brush. This is a Sigma E25 in the shade Pearberry, and that's still going to go in my crease, but it's going to go right below the yellow. I'm going to go back to my E35 with nothing else on it and just kind of blend over these two colors together. Now I'm going to pick up the purple called Jellybean, and I am using the same exact E25 and I'm going slightly lower in my crease. I do love a good little sunset gradient that we got going on here. These matte shades are blending so beautifully. I think I want to do a half cut crease just because I haven't done one in a minute. I'm going to take my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in Snow and taking that on my Sigma L05. Whenever you're doing any kind of cut crease, I highly recommend just getting super close to your mirror, just making sure that line is nice and smooth. That's why you don't always see me do the full cut crease on camera, because I'm literally like this close to my mirror, so yeah. Now I'm going to take a Sigma E58 in the shade Mint Choco? I don't know. I'm not sure how this is going to look, but I'm going to use that to fill in the concealer. And I want to be really precise, which is why I'm using a little flat brush like this. Oh my god, this color is beautiful. I'm gonna get really close to my mirror, so I'll be right back. Alright, I did the hard part, which is just getting that shadow right into that line. All I did was just like a little pressing motion with getting the tip of the brush right in there. Now I can do the rest of my lid. I probably should have done a full cut crease, so if I were you, that's what I would do. So I'd cut the crease all along here and make that nice curved shape. I'm going to take the shade Blue Raz on a Sigma E21, and I'm going to use this on the outer part of my imaginary full cut crease. And I am kind of overlapping this blue into the mint green, so it's going to look like a nice little transition from the green to the blue. Okay, so I feel like my purple shade kind of disappeared from my crease, so what I'm going to do is take that purple on the tip of my L05, that brush I used for the concealer, and I'm going to use this to define the cut crease, so right, you know, in that little area. I don't know what to call that, but it's just gonna kind of help define the cut crease. Be very, very careful to not like blend it all over the place. Okay, just like that. See how that just kind of like intensified the cut crease part? I like that. I'm not really sure what to do next. I feel like I should use some of the shimmers from the Sugar Crystal palette since it's like mostly shimmers, and I've already used every matte except the bright pink. So I got my Sigma E58 a little bit wet, and I'm gonna pick up the shade of Pistachio, and I'm gonna put this on top of the mint green on my inner part of my lid. Let's see what this does. It's definitely not as intense as I thought it would be, but I feel like that's kind of a good thing because I still want that mint green to peek from underneath it. I'm going to jump to my lower lash lines. I'm going to take that matte purple on my E25, and I'm just going to run that along my entire lower lash line. Now I'm going to pick up a mix of that yellow and that peachy shade we used, and just kind of use that to help soften up the purple and blend it out a little bit. Alright, this is looking very, very colorful. So I really want this outer area of my eye to be darker, and I don't know if I want to use black or not. Is that too crazy? I love black eyeshadow though, so I might do it. I'm going to take the black from the Flamingo palette on my E21. Okay, I'm just going to play around with this shadow and deepen up this outer area very, very lightly. I'm going to add some on my lower lash line to kind of connect to out there. Now I'm going to take that dark blue again on my E21, and I'm going to use that kind of like on the black, in between the black. I don't know, so there's a nice gradient between the blue and the black. Yeah. Now I'm going to ever so slightly blend this little area with the tip of my E25. I'm going to blend this out too. I feel like it looks a little bit sloppy out here. God damn it. So I wish I was a little bit more precise on my lower lash line and used a like smaller, denser brush instead of my fluffy E25. I'm happy that I added the black in that definition. I feel like that looks pretty cool. I love using black eyeshadow. So I'm letting you guys know that if you were to recreate this at home, I would, one, do a full cut crease following that whole crease. Doing that will make all the colors stick better. You can see this blue is looking a little bit patchy, and that's because there's no concealer right there. There was concealer right here, so this shade looks really, really good. Not too great out here. And then again, for the lower lash line, use smaller brushes like the E21, the LO5, or even like an E20. But we learned from our mistakes, so it's fine. I am going to pick up Buttercream on my LO5, and I'm going to use that to highlight. I'm also going to pick up a little bit of Sugar Crystals, and I'm going to go right on top of that. This shade is really, really pretty. If you watch my channel, you would know that when I'm not super happy with the look, I always add on some nice black eyeliner and some big lashes, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I will be right back. I put a black eyeliner all in my waterline and along my top lash line, and for my lashes, I use the Lilly Lashes and Sephora collection mykonos, and here's the final look. Okay, I don't even know where to begin when talking about this look. It was a little crazy. I would say this look is probably not for beginners. It took me probably a good 45 minutes to do this look, honestly. It took a lot of time and patience and blending, and I already kind of told you guys what I would do to kind of fix or improve this look even more. I forgot to say I added a touch of that bright pink color in the palette that I had not used yet right literally right there, just to kind of connect the purple into there, into the inner corner. I don't know, I feel like it's kind of cool. I think the Sugar Crystals palette is super, super pretty. I did use every single matte in the palette and just a few shimmers throughout. I think Violet Voss shadows are really, really nice. They apply so beautifully. So overall, I am pretty happy with this look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.